This is the 2014 third generation Cadillac CTS. It's very significant that it's a third generation because that's a true sign that the brand is committed to that model. And this is a tough segment. You've got vehicles like the BMW 5 Series, Mercedes-Benz E-Class, and Lexus GS. So you know that Cadillac really had to bring it, and they did. Cadillac designers really went to town. They wanted the new CTS to be longer, lower, and leaner, and they succeeded. In fact, this is the lightest vehicle in the segment. It's also all about style. I don't think anybody's using LEDs quite like Cadillac. What we have are 198 exterior LEDs on the all-new CTS, 48 up front, 150 in the back. These things look great during the daytime. They look even better at nighttime. They glow. You know that the CTS is coming. There's a lot of new technology going on under the hood. In fact, the only carryover engine from the outgoing CTS model is the 3.6. Let me give you a quick rundown of the three engine options for the 2014 CTS. The base engine is a 2-liter turbo producing 272 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. Next, you have the 3.6 liter with 321 horsepower and 275 pound-feet of torque, followed by the all-new 3.6 liter twin turbo with 420 horsepower and a whopping 430 pound-feet of torque. Some may say it was a bold move to put a 4-cylinder engine into a vehicle of this size, but it's going to work for Cadillac because they're getting 20 miles to the gallon in the city and 30 on the highway. Cadillac's sleek exterior styling has made its way into the interior with the Q system and this center stack. These buttons essentially allow you to slide your finger across and increase the volume, decrease the volume, the same with the fan speed. And of course you have the Q system. This is really working well for Cadillac. I know that there have been some complaints about Q being a little slow, but once you get used to it, it does do a good job. One thing we really enjoyed and we're able to test today are these drive select modes. You have 3 drive select modes in the 4-cylinder and the base 3.6. When you move up to the twin turbo, you get 4. And when you put this in track mode, I can tell you, this car just flat out performs. You may look at this car and not think of it as a performance car, but with 420 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque, this thing is a monster. With that, we still like the 2-liter turbo a lot. A lot of us were thinking that we get behind the wheel and you have this small displacement engine, it's not going to work with a vehicle of this size, but considering that it's 200 pounds lighter than the lightest 4-cylinder in the class and 330 pounds lighter than the lightest 6-cylinder in the class, the power-to-weight ratio really works in any of the engine configurations. Pricing for the CTS starts at $46,000 for a standard rear-wheel drive 2-liter turbo and tops out at $70,000 for a fully loaded CTS V Sport. Trim levels for the 2-liter include standard, luxury, performance, and premium. For the 3.6, trim levels include luxury, performance, and premium. The CTS has 2 different transmissions. If you get a rear-wheel drive with a 6-cylinder, you're going to get the all-new 8-speed, which is amazing. We've been driving it today in the CTS V Sport. For everything else, you get the 6-speed, which is tried and true and a carryover from the outgoing model. All CTS models come standard with Brembo brakes, and they're wonderful. If you get the 18 or 19-inch wheels, you will get MRC or magnetic ride control. As you know, that's one of the greatest suspensions out there. It's the same one that Ferrari licenses from General Motors, so you know it's super fast. They've made some improvements to the steering wheel. We now have magnesium paddle shifters, which are delightful. These things really work well, and they feel very substantial without being overpowering. Last but not least, the seat. This is a 20-way optional adjustable seat. It keeps you in place and gives you all the adjustments you would ever imagine. Overall, this is a great vehicle. Cadillac is here to stay with the CTS. They've made a commitment to it, and it is a legit competitor to the 5 Series, the E-Class, and the Lexus GS.